Hi, everybody. Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. We are doing a live stream on the Longarm today. Why? Because I feel like it. I'm actually super bored and I'm playing hooky from my client quilt. So this is what I do when I'm trying to escape a different project is again do another project. Anyway, so I hi Becca. I felt like coming live for a little while because I went and told Scott, I was like, Becca's gonna be on at 8 p.m. her time, 6 p.m. our time. That means I have a few hours that I can just play on the Long Arm Live. Ah. Let's see. We have Angela here, Brenda's here, Laura, Melissa, Kathy, Judy, Carissa, Sandra. And I can somewhat read comments, but Scott's mainly going to read them because I can't while I'm quilting, guys. So this is a panel quilt. All of this side right here is all fabrics and squares, and then it comes down on this other side right here that I my hands on. And then just below this white thing, which you can barely see, this whole section is the panel. And it's just one side. It's very small. This is the border. And I struggled with thinking of what to quilt on this, what to quilt on this. Well, I decided I'm going to quilt like a flowery thing everywhere up to here. So I'm going to come up to this first border right here. And I'm going to use the ruler to stitch around the line. And then inside the panel, I'm going to go around all the, um, what are these called? This bird. It's a
crane.
A crane. All the cranes. Yeah, that's the kind of bird that's in the panel is cranes. So the color thread I'm using is my glide. It's called khaki.
On the brown floral border.
It looks great with everything, so that's my go-to. The back side is the leftovers from another quilt. It is this blue, and this blue looks fabulous with this blue, so I was like, well, I'm just going to go with it. So that's what I'm quilting, and I got khaki color in the bobbin as well. So I am just going to get started, and I'm going to stitch out like a flowery, as best as I can, flowery thing. So I'm basing it off of this one right here, these flowers. So I'm going to come into a circle and then I'm going to just double bump the little flower all the way around my circle. And then I think while I'm in it, I'm going to give it little veins in the flower just to give it a little bit more flair because I'm not adding leaves. I'm just going to do the flowers. So I have my machine. Just in case anybody's never been to my channel and this is your first time. My machine is a King Quilter 2 Elite Special Edition. It is an 18-inch machine, and it is on a 12-inch frame, or 12-foot frame. Haha. And I'm stitching in precision mode, which means the machine moves when I move, the needle moves. Sometimes I like idle mode, but most of the time I stitch in precision at 10 stitches per inch. So if the machine does beep at me, no worries, I'm not breaking my machine. That's just my stitch regulator telling me to slow down. So I'm hoping that this mount works a lot better than my last few mounts with the shaking. So we'll see. All right, let's come into a little loop. I'm going to stop right at the point of the loop, and I'm hoping that you guys are clear enough to see this. And then I'm going to come out this way and make like a plume thing. And then I'm going to just put 2 veins in it while I'm in there. I mean, this is probably going to take me a while to quilt out. And then I'm going to do another one. So I'm going to come out, and then I'm going to, they're like hearts almost. And I'm going to come out again. And then come out again. And yes, I'm crossing over, but that is okay. And then one more will fit in here. And then find an exit, which will be between these 2 right here. And do loop-de-loops until I'm ready for my next one, which will go right here. So again, this is just what I'm going to do in this whole entire thing. So I'm going to come out, create like a heart. And I'm not on a computerized system, so all this is free motion, if you guys didn't know. And I could have gone around the circle again and, you know, from my lines, but I didn't. Exit and fill in lots of loop-de-loops. And do another. And I'm just randomly placing them. There's no reason to where they're going. So I'm going to come out, make a heart, or a double plume thing. Sometimes I have to stop and tell my brain, oh, that's what I'm doing. Because my brain is not seeing it at some point. I'm not putting that many flowers. They're kind of just whatever. But I'm adding as many as I can without being overbearing of flowers, you know, because this panel has flowers all over it. So some of them look fun, but that's okay because it's free motion and I'm having fun. Loop down in there. And my loop-de-loops from one loop to the next are usually fast. Put a flower here. So I stop when I get to the start of my little circle or loop or whatever you want to call it. I'm sitting here thinking while I do it. But sloppy is still just as good as not. And exit. I didn't want to heavily quilt this quilt. It kind of looks like that one row is going to be, I should just quilt around that part of the panel and up to that because it's really like at the bottom of my throat space. I don't know. We'll see when I get down there. So again, a circle. And instead of coming out like as if you were continuing with the circle, I go the opposite way, which is like that to create my first like heart. And it doesn't really matter how, whatever it is. You guys know I'm not very good at describing this stuff, especially when I'm just having fun. And this guy's going to be a big fat one. I'm going to exit right here. And just a loop. Got another one here. pretty very easy. Pretty very easy to do. Yeah, it's pretty very easy to do. And I'm hoping that the camera's good for you guys to see. I don't know why it kind of looks blurry in a way, but
It's been good over here.
is it? It's nice and clear? Oh,
Actually, yes.
okay. Good. I'm glad.
Pretty very easy.
I can't look at the screen and see if it's like vibrating at the same time. Needs to be one right here. So in, make a flower, put my things in. It doesn't matter if you backtrack in your circle to put them in, you know, your little vein. You can if you want. I'm just, you know, putting them both in. Some I'm backtracking, some I'm not. It don't really matter. Again, I'm just having fun. And I'm gonna fit a skinny guy now right here. And find myself a new way out, which would be this way. This is what I call lightly quilting. This is not heavy quilting whatsoever. This is the lightest you can get. So right here. Notice none of my flowers are exactly the same. They're all different and cattywampus. None of them are the same at all. Sometimes they have more petals than others. And I'm just having fun. So I need an exit and come around. Come around this way. Come out that. Hit my throat space down here at the bottom, or you can't see my finger. Oh, it's kind of down here. Oops, that happens.
Sandra says that's the perfect amount of quilting.
Yep. Thank you. Yes, it's light quilting. So when someone sends me a quilt and they want light quilting, this is the amount that you'll get. Mostly. Sometimes I can overdo it, but it's still light, even when I'm overdoing something. More. And exit right here. crossover or hit that line. See, I'm hitting it. Come on it. And then exit. And that beep is me going too fast. So you can also just do these like this. And then come through following with your echo around this. Or not echo, you're tracing around your circle. And then add all these. I don't know, I always do it with. I'm just showing you that you can do it multiple ways. It depends also on the batting. Sometimes you can heavily quilt something and it'll still be soft as heck because of the kind of batting that you use. You could have a layer of 80-20 and a layer of poly. You can have a layer of 100% cotton and a layer of wool. You could have just the right texture of 80-20. Like this stuff is like the softest stuff ever. Like I am so glad I purchased this stuff because it is amazing. I think it's going to be my new go-to. Yeah. All right, let's advance.
Oh, that needs to work.
So I'm going to grab a ruler base. If you guys don't know what that is, I'm going to grab it down under here and put it on so that you can see. This is a ruler base. I'm going to grab my, I'm going to slide it on. It goes onto 2 hooks and then slides in. All right, I'm just gonna go this way while Scott rolls it. This panel is not very straight either. This is pretty lopsided. Keep going, keep going.
Oh, okay.
Right, stop right there.
Stop one, it's locked. Good.
Yeah. I'm gonna straighten out the quilt and the batting as best as I can. Like I said, this quilt is a little wonky, but I'm gonna make it straight.
It's not wonky at Tiffany.
I didn't put it together.
I know. Lovely.
All right, I'm straightening it out. That's why it's bouncing up and down a lot. Put my side clamps on. If they could stay facing the proper direction. I'm going to come over to this side and baste. I'm going to try to keep this as straight as I possibly can. I'm going to put my baste mode on, which it wasn't to start. And I'm just going to keep it straight. And down. I double baste. I don't know why I do. I just do. I think it holds better, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what it does. It just helps my brain. That's what it does. Come over to the other side and baste this side, which seems to be starting to angle, but we're going to make it straight. That's the whole point, is to make this thing straight. There we go. The ruler base causes this to stick up so you can see it kind of gets in the way. But that's okay. I'm still going to work with it. That's the only thing about the hooks that I have on my machine.
Practically Creative says the one person I always watch Longarm.
All right, so I'm going to come over here now, and I think I'm going to go down the outside of that. Not that one. No, I didn't come out of. I'm going to just do a row of loop-de-loops. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to like loop-de-loop through here very lightly, and I'm going to stitch this down first, though, around the panel. So I'm going to grab myself a ruler. Here's my big ruler. I tried a pop socket. Pop socket broke off, and now this stupid thing is stuck to my ruler. So if you guys have any ideas on how to get that kind of crap off, sorry, crud off, yeah, no more pop sockets on rulers. It actually did not help my hand hold it either. Oh, it would be nice if it wasn't in based. Let's put it back in precision mode. And I'm gonna stitch. Trying to keep everything nice and straight, but this, like I said, is not very straight. I'm gonna stitch around this panel on this border. And if I keep my eye on the needle and the line, I can actually just move the ruler at the same time as I'm moving the foot. Using the ruler as the like guide to stay straight. I'm not very good at stitching a ditch, so whether I do this.
Now that you have the base and the ruler on more than it was.
Really? That's weird. I'm not very good with stitching a ditch. I try, but it's kind of not good.
Krista has a question.
What?
She did a 1.5 inch border at a 2.5 inch border. How big of a final border can I get away with? I want balance.
On what's the size of the quilt? What's the size of the quilt that you added the 1.5 inch borders for to need another border? When I use 1.5 inch borders, I always put more than two stopping borders. Like I'll put one.
Well, I think it's what she
then
said.
a second
She's on
one.
the same quilt. She did a 1.5 inch border and 2.5 inch border. Now she wants to do a final border.
Oh, I would do 5 inch. If you have a 1.5 and a 2.5 next to each other, 5 inch would be the best for the next one because it'll finish at 4.5.
And then the question is, how big of a final border can I get away with? I want balance. So she has 2.5. She has 1.5, 2.5, and then what's the final one?
I would say 5.
Okay.
I would do 5. That's my own personal suggestion. All right. I'm gonna just.
Try glue on.
Yeah. We're gonna have to scrape it off the ruler.
Yeah, that's the problem, is scraping it off. Once it's off, yeah, they get the sticky stuff and the glue on the board, just scraping it.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a flower like right here, then I'm gonna take a row of loops down that closest to that other border.
Krista said, yeah, that's what she was thinking.
All right. Put a flower right here. Out with some loop-to-loop. Try not to make it look too obvious, but I was not close enough with the amount of throat space I have. Kind of just move it around. Right here close to this because again I had a filled in border. Doesn't need to all be loop to loop. So instead we get a little guy. And I'm out of bobbin. Hold on. Let me get another bobbin in here.
How many did you roll for this one?
I haven't even rolled any bobbins yet.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. We're going to go grab one that I think I have one. I was lazy and didn't roll, but I'm going to load a bobbin and roll one now real quick while I'm quilting, and then load the one. I think I have one. Hopefully you guys can hear me way over here. I haven't loaded. I have a second spool of thread of this color because I go through a lot of khaki.
Sandra said she was told to try dragging fishing line under it, talking about your pop socket, but she's afraid it might snap and not the pop socket. She means the fishing line will not snap.
I don't know. Fishing line's pretty darn strong. Do I not have a khaki?
And can you explain what a pop socket is for Nancy? Do we have one I can show in the camera?
Here's the top of it.
Yeah. Here, I'll throw it in the camera. You do your thing.
I'm trying to find a spool of khaki.
It's this little thing, the top broke off. They're made for cell phones. Cell phone cases, but we put one on a ruler thinking it would be a great idea to move it around.
Yeah, so, and essentially what it does is, this don't stay. This pops up. I have it pushed down, but if it wasn't broke, this pops up like this, and it sits on there so that your fingers can go underneath it. I can't do it with the hand. I have to hold it with one. So your fingers go underneath it, and then it allows you to like hold your ruler better. I don't know. I didn't find it helpful at all. And when it broke, it still isn't helpful. So yeah. All right. Bobbin change. I just grabbed a bobbin. Where did I put it? There it is. But that's what a pop socket is. They usually are on the back of phones. It's pretty cheesy, honestly, if you ask me. At least for the long arm, it is. My bobbin's in there. Oh, it looks fantastic. You guys notice I check really cheesy like, but I don't really have too many tension issues because I don't change my thread brand out very often, so it stays pretty good. Tie it off right here, and I just follow those stitches around. Just like that. Clean this up, clean that up. Do some thingies and exit right. And I'm working in the fullness as I go because it was a little on the sloppy side. Flower right here. Has like growing bigger flower petals. Like I said, they're all different. I'm gonna exit right here, fill all this in. Attempt to work in the fullness, which is kind of impossible. At this very moment. I'm gonna just kind of add a loop-to-loop there because I exceeded my throat space.
Teresa says 3M glue needs heat to remove, so maybe we should try heating it.
Oh, I don't know if it
thought of that.
Will it bend an acrylic ruler though, heating it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We put like a hair dryer. How much heat? Like, can we put a hair dryer on it?
Probably. I guess we can. I don't know. This has got so much glue. Look at that, guys. It's a big, thick layer of pop socket glue. I don't know. I'll figure it out. All right.
Nancy said I'd try the fishing one. Maybe we should try that.
I'm just going to advance just a little bit so that I can access the panel. At least this side of the panel. Okay.
Sandra says flowers are all sizes anyway.
Yep, they are.
Hey, I was supposed to move your...
Oh, I'm only advancing a tad bit, that's why. All right, I'm going to do a lot of starts and stops now by going around the cranes. As you can see now, we're into the panels. We got some cranes scattered, and I'm also going to go around the flowers. I'm not going to do it heavily though. I'm just going to lightly give some movement to the panel itself. So let me adjust my clamps back on. And I'm also going to remove my ruler base for this. I like to not have the ruler base on when I'm working with the panels itself, because I'm just free motioning on them.
Well, Teresa used the hair dryer to remove dash cam glue.
Dash cam, okay. I'll try a hair
We
dryer.
will try that. Thank you, Teresa.
I will try a hair dryer. All right, so I'm just gonna, I don't want to put too much, but I don't know if I want to trace them or if I just want to circle around them. What do you guys think? Circle around or trace? I'm not sure. My brain is going 100 miles an hour saying, I'm not sure. Try this, try that. I guess I can quilt just around the cranes maybe. I don't know. Is that 4 inches? I'm not sure.
Diane says, I remember this line of fabric.
I'm just going to go around this crane to start. So I'm just going to...
It's a circle around.
I'm kind of not really doing like a perfect job.
You should circle around it because if you start tracing, you'll have to trace everything.
Yeah.
Circle gives you room.
Okay, I'm just going to trace around the cranes though, because the thread is the same color as them pretty much, this khaki thread. And if they're right next to each other, I'll fill it in right next to each other. I'm not really doing a perfect job, just having fun with it. I'm going to snip my thread. Oops, I don't know what I just did there, but whatever. I'm not a very good tracer on the long arm.
Grace frame for a year now, still the box. I haven't set it up yet. I'm afraid I'll mess the flip-flops up, so I just keep using flip-flops.
No, just set it up. Look at this. I'm not even perfect, and I'm just having fun with it. Don't even think you're gonna mess anything up. Just if you really think you're gonna mess it up, just do loop-de-loops on every single quilt, or a meander on every single quilt, or something that you know how to do on every single quilt. It just seems pointless for it to just sit. So use it. We're going to start him at the beak right here. I mean, I'm just doing this for fun anyway. This is just me having fun because I was bored. I was bored and I wanted to quilt on the long arm. I have client quilts too, and I wanted to do this because why not? Sometimes I just want to do my own thing. He's like in flight. I'm messing that up. Boy. But guess what? I don't care. It's the illusion of it, right?
Oh, Mary loves your nail polish.
Thank you.
Mary, right?
Yep, it's Flamingo something. I don't remember the exact name. Oops, I got a bobbin stick. Yep. There's a thread stuck in the bobbin. Gotta pop it out real quick. Sometimes that happens. It gets wrapped around the lip of the bobbin case up at the top where the needle comes down. Okay, let's pop the dang thing back in. All right. I'm surprised the cat isn't over here trying to eat the thread.
No, he's sleeping behind you in the little rocker thing.
Yeah. Lately, when I long arm quilt, Thumper will see the thread hanging out of the bobbin and he'll come running at it just to try to get it before I pull it up to the top. At this. You guys see how bad my work is? So don't be afraid to just do your thing. Yeah, this is, you know, just because I'm teaching you guys doesn't mean I'm perfect. I just do whatever. I know people that could follow these like crazy though. I've watched their YouTubes and I'm like, what? How do you get on that the whole time? I can't follow the needle with my eyes like that. It's just impossible. What should I do with all this down here? I guess I'll like give it a little bit of a flare. We're gonna like go around some of this. I'm gonna follow that ditch. I'm gonna go right across everything. Screw it. I don't know how I'm gonna stop on that one. Let me break thread. Come to that like tip because I shouldn't have crossed it, but whatever I did, I don't care. Whatever. Let's start right here. Kind of stay on the outside of all these. I'm telling you, this is sloppy. This is really sloppy. Just kind of trying to give it a little bit of dimension, I guess. Run through the flower or cross over the flower? Cross over the flower. Why not? Cross over, go down. Cross over, come up. Cross over, go down. Go around the leaf. Why not?
Your practice teacher here said you call it sloppy, but I think it makes us novices know it's okay not to do perfect quilting. You see, it's not sloppy, it looks good.
Why can't I trace today? Hide in there. Hide it in there. Cross the flowers. Oh, well. I'm just giving some dimension. Let's see, where else do I want to go inside? I don't know. Let's snip all these threads, though.
It looks good. You always make it sound like you're doing such a terrible job. It looks really good. Stop saying that about yourself. Honey.
I guess I'll go around these flowers.
You do a very good job. Look at how awesome the cranes are popping out now that you went around them like that.
Oh, yeah. I know.
They look cool.
All right, let's just pretend we're doing a good job going around all this.
Oh, pretend. You are.
I'm trying to stay in the gold accent with my khaki color. Come back in the inside of everything.
Want me to go around the flower for you?
No.
Then you can see what sloppy looks like, huh? See?
All right, let's come in and fill in this area.
Everybody's liking your nails. You're getting more compliments.
Thank you guys. I make sure that my nails are always done with something because I have really thin, nasty nails. Follow that back out.
Underneath the edge here. I think that fishing line trick along with the heater would work.
You think so?
Well, I can push my fingernail right underneath the edge of it.
I'm gonna do the leaves. Let's do this flower. Hi, T. I'm making a mess of a panel. Why? Because I can. Alright, let's break thread right here. Go to the other leaf. Let's just go around him too. Let's go around this to this leaf. I'm just screwing around anyway. I'm not actually trying to do anything fancy. This is just me being me. Just playing around. Why? Because that's what I want to do. I just wanted to add definition to the panel. I don't even have to do a perfect job. Just having fun. I still don't know what to do about the flowers though, because I still need to fill in all that space. I need to have, well, I don't have to have quilting in that spot, I guess. Hey, Tuck. All right. Is that it? Is that all my connecting threads? Yes, it is. Okay, I'm going to advance. I don't think I'm going to quilt in all this. I think there's plenty of space in the background of this to make up for. I mean, I could do like 3 or 4 flowers, I guess, to, I don't want to. I don't want to do it. All right, advance quilt. Oh, no, don't advance. I need to quilt a little bit right here. Another flower. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is why I don't use idle mode. I had it on for the other section, but not for this. Okay. Advanced quilt. There. Oh, this thing is so crooked.
It's so crooked.
It is so crooked. This panel is so crooked. Trust me, I loaded it nice and straight too, guys. This thing is the crookedest panel ever. That's okay though. I make it work. And we'll flatten it out as I go. And we'll baste the other side. So we're gonna reach down there. Oh yeah, well, I'll probably advance it a tiny bit. Oh, this thing is going to be a disaster.
Grammy loves the colors.
Thank you. I didn't make it, so this is something that was donated to me to have fun with and screw around with or do something with. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Screwing around, having fun. As I can. Ooh, I need to backtrack it just a tiny tad. Just a tiny tad. Quilt on this side. There. When you only have about 16 inches of throat space to work with, you make do with what you got. Let's go on this side. As I do this, exit right here. I'm pushing down on the quilt in 2 different directions to work in fullness. Another flower right here. Usually I'm like rocking to some music while I do this. I'm going to slide my ruler base back on real quick, guys. I usually can get it on while there's a quilt top right here. There we go.
Deborah says, I love your 25 block videos.
Thank you. All right, we're going to slide that on and I'm going to advance a little bit. There we go. I'm now going to stitch around that panel. I'm going to just do it this direction, wherever that stitch last was, right there, maybe. Yeah. All right. See, push that fullness that way as best as I can. Trying to keep all these lines straight. That's the whole deal here. It's really hard to do. It's not. You know, and while I'm around this edge, I could like trace around all the, what are these birds called again? I forgot. Cranes. I could trace around them while I'm here on the edge, but I'm not going to, because I'm not going to. All right, here's where we got some crookedness going on. I'm actually yanking and tugging. I'm holding, oops, that's what happens when I'm holding. Oh well. I don't care. Oh, I tell you guys all the time, I cannot stitch in a ditch. I really don't care though.
Kim says that fabric has some gorgeous blues in it.
Yep, that's why I went with the blue backing fabric. I'm going to actually use it for the binding as well. Just to highlight the blue a little bit more. All right, let's get...
Are you standing or sitting, my love?
I am standing up. This is stand-up quilting. Grab me. This is the only circle ruler I have.
Maybe we'll have to go and set up the table.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, let's start going around these cranes. Here real quick. Come down over here on this side. As I said before, I'm not very good with tracing, so that's why it's just giving it a little bit of dimension, because I don't trace very well. Not with the needle and the long arm. I don't know why I can't, but I just can't.
Looks good to me.
It looks sloppy to me.
Maybe you should let me do one, and then we'll see what's sloppy.
Yeah, no. Scott's not quilting today, guys. He's like, maybe you should let me do one.
You always say stuff, and here it is, I'm offering. Your fans are always asking when I'm going to start. I'm offering.
All right.
How long did it take you to be able to do that, Beverly asked?
To trace? Never. Ever since I started long arm quilting. I can free motion quilt for days, but I cannot trace. That is one thing I just really suck at.
Well, how long did it take you to start free motioning?
I don't know. I picked it up right away, honestly, within my first year.
Yeah, you were pretty good pretty quick. This was like what you were meant to do.
Yeah. But anything else, I just, can't trace. Somebody else's idea, and I'm trying to replicate it. Yeah, that's impossible. Following these darn things, yeah, that's just very hard to do. Oh, maybe I should remove my ruler base now because I don't like quilting with it. All right. Let's try that again. Pull. There we go. Like Tucker's here and he can do perfect pebbles, just thousands of them, and I, for the life of me, cannot do pebbles. That is one thing I cannot follow back on my same circle. That's the only thing I can't do. So pebbles and tracing are my not so good at when it comes to long arm quilting. I've been doing this for a few years now too, and it's weird. Yeah, Tucker's very talented. Very talented. He's only been doing it for 2 years. This is like 5th year because I've been quilting well, no, this is like almost the 6th year. It's like 5.5 years I've been doing this on the long arm. Let's see, more cranes. I guess I can do those. Yeah, okay. Let's do 2 at a time. And those other ones come off the border. Mainly just like giving them some dimension. That's pretty much all we're doing here.
Me. See, I think it looks good.
I don't really care. I'm not being hard on myself. I know it. Whatever. It just looks, to me, it's horrible because it's my own work. And I'm not really trying, honestly. I'm really not trying to be perfect about it. I'm just having fun. Pretending I'm a professional tracing and showing you guys all that you can just do whatever you want and it still looks good. Just have fun. And this thing barely has any quilting. So, actually, the bottom part of the panel has more quilting than this top area. Usually leave my threads connected, by the way, but I'm not on all of them. Like I'll go to the next one and pop my needle down, but that's too much clipping in the end. So I'm only doing it on the bottom section. Oops. So like these two could be totally done from the edge. And I'll end down here, which will stitch to this one and around. Yeah, almost done. Oops, that one went way over his head. Yeah, however long I'm on here.
Look at that.
Just getting it done.
Good.
The moon came out perfect. Why? Because I used a ruler. It's a great moon. Oh, let's come from right here and just go around all this. I'm not going to go around those other flowers. I think I'm just going to leave those alone and just go around these long pieces because that's just way too much, I think. Oops, wrong button. excuse me. Chewy.
Gonna
Excuse
go
me
blow your
again.
nose?
Nope, I don't need to blow my nose.
I don't want to get boogers on the quilt now.
There's no boogers. No boogies. Oh, Tiffany's boogies stayed in her nose this time. You know, I can tell you guys the truth here. One time I was quilting and I had a sneeze and I hawked a loogie during my sneeze because you know what happens. You hawk a loogie while you sneeze and it landed on the quilt. Obviously, I had to clean it up, but yeah, I sneezed on a quilt and a hawk a loogie came out. Don't be afraid. It happens. Just clean it up. It was funny though. I was like, where did that land? Oh, it landed on the quilt. Because the sneeze came out of nowhere. There was no hands in my face right away. Not when you're quilting. I'm doing all the lines in here while I'm like making my way around. Yeah, it happens. I can't control. My hands were busy quilting, so obviously I couldn't, you know, control it. It happens. So I couldn't put my hand over my mouth fast enough. Whatever. Just adding some dimension here. Which way was I going? I was going that way. Oh, shoot. I forgot. I knew it when I was in the room making the back. What was it? Oh, I forgot already. It's not very big. It's just a lap. A small lap, though. This is just like... Yeah, we'll measure it when I'm done. Because I'll be done in a few minutes. I'm in idle, where it moves when I'm not moving. Just to go around these areas. Trying to give it the flower's dimension, and since the thread is khaki colored, it matches the quite nicely. I'm going to follow myself around to this. Oh, I'm out of bobbin anyway, so I'm not going to follow myself around to that. All right, it's a good thing I rolled a third bobbin because that should be the end of it. Oh, come on. Get out of the hole. All right, there we go. I'm getting a bobbin.
Oh, Bobbin, where art thou?
Bobbin, bobbin.
A new one, Bobbin in the world.
Oh, I don't know. It winds itself.
The bobbin winds itself.
Mm-hmm. Check the bobbin. Oh, look, it's perfect. Fine. Thanks. Oh, the cat is right at the string. I wish I could take this off the mount and show you guys. He is literally right underneath the string trying to bat at it. Once it goes into the bobbin, he wants it. It's kind of funny. I was right here, I think. Yep, that's where I was. Come to that stitch. Throw this white one in. And stop right here. And then I need to do some of these long things, and that's it. just to match it to the other side. I'm just going to do the outer ones. Because I really didn't do the inner ones on the other side, I don't think, did I? You guys remember? I don't think I did. I was kind of like this area.
What's your favorite design you've quilted on a quilt?
Anything that I do that's just custom stuff. I don't know. I don't have a favorite.
Crystal is
Why do I keep locking myself into a spot?
Your thread is glide, right?
Yes. I just realized I locked myself in. Khaki. That's what I did.
What'd you do?
I just kind of scribbled around in there.
I love how you went around the circle.
All right, let's advance this and quilt the last of the loop-de-loops and flowers and be done. But first I have to do a little bit of loop-de-loops on this side real quick. I don't. I just kind of do. Sometimes when I look at something, I take advantage of the designs in the fabric. That usually helps a lot to just go by what's in the fabric until you get used to long arm quilting.
Hey, I'm supposed to be rolling in here.
So since this panel had flowers and just, I don't know, since this had flowers and stuff, I kind of just went with the flower thing behind it, you know? But you can do whatever you want, but when it's your, you know, if you see something in the fabric, quilt it. Because sometimes that really helps bring out what you're trying to do. So if there's a lot of flowers in something, I'll quilt flowers. It's just like a go-to thing for me. Hold on, gotta straighten this out as I go.
Sometimes it takes you a couple days to realize what to put on a quilt, but most times you just start and it just comes as you're going.
Yep. Sometimes I just make it up as I go. Well, sometimes I just look at it and stare at it for days upon days.
Anne Marie says, I wish it was as easy as you make it look.
No, it is easy. I'm telling you guys, just load the darn quilt on the frame and do something. You know, it doesn't really matter what it is. If it's got roses, quilt roses. If it's got straightens, then quilt straight lines. I mean, take advantage of the stuff that's in the quilt while you're learning. and having fun. You know, enjoy the process. Don't hate it and never go back to it. Just do something and have fun. By the way, this is me. I have my hand on the throat of the on the bottom, and I'm holding this towards me to keep a nice straight line, because if I don't, then it starts bowing, because that's what it's doing, is bowing. So I'm kind of
you make it look easy.
tugging on it a little bit to keep a straight line. You can start seeing now that it's starting to go up. I told you this quilt wasn't very straight, but it's one of those things that I just make it straight. Sometimes I have to do this with client quilts too. So, and it's nothing bad. I mean, it doesn't mean you're a horrible piecer. It just means you need to check your borders before you add them. But panels have a lot more problems than any other quilt top I know of. Panels are usually harder. All right, snip that, and I'm just going to come back over here now and start quilting. Again, I'm not quilting in the panel, I'm just quilting away from the panel. And this is the last pass, so it's not going to be very many flowers along this path. What? Oh, I can't hear you when I'm going with the machine. I mean, I can, but remember, the beeping is not a bad thing. It just means I need to slow down. And I am done. I think I traced around everything I possibly could in the panel part. I don't feel like tracing any more in the panel part. I feel like being done with the panel part. All right, so I'm going to show you how simple it is to take it off the frame by passing the camera to Scotty so he can just hold it, and we're gonna pull it off and look at it. I need to undo. So it's gonna wiggle and squirm for a second. And we're going to wait 2 seconds because he disappeared for 2 seconds.
The whole setup? Show them your whole setup?
Yeah. For those that were curious, here you go. This is my long arm. This is the frame. I have to step far back for it all to be in one picture. But that's a 12-foot frame, an 18-inch machine. 18-inch means the throat space, for those that are curious. That's the distance from back here to up here, from there to there, except the distance between back here to the needle may be 18 inches, but when my machine is fully against the bar as it's rolling up, the first go, I have 16 inches. Then the second go, I have less. And then the third go, I have even less. So it just, right now, I probably have from here to here, 14 inches. So it gets smaller and smaller as you go. So you got to think about those kind of things when you buy a long arm. So here, Scotty's going to hold it since I have the shakes always. Just going to hook it right here so that I can show you guys how easy it is to remove a quilt off the frame. Look at this. Just go like this. And like
and
that.
Who got you those?
And these came from Sew Beckett. And go like that. If my hand will grab it. All right, and you can come look at me from this way because the light will shine on the quilt.
Okay. Did you want me to quick measure the size of it?
Oh, I will.
Here's the kitty cat back there on the coffee table. Those of you that got to quick see him.
There's batting and backing fabric. Can you see the stitching?
I'm standing back to see the whole thing. Now I'm going to come in closer. Is it getting too heavy for you? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Do you want to change places and I'll hold it?
No, it's fine.
See, she went around those. I think it looks amazing. See, they're saying it's gorgeous.
Again, I didn't piece this. This was gifted to me.
Very nice. Okay, you can take it down and we can measure it if you want.
It's not very big, as you can see.
Because you were asked like 2-3 times what the size is.
It is 45¼ right now because of the quilting. Shrunk it by 61. So it's 45 by 61.
Did everyone catch that? For all you guys that were asking?
Is it seeable?
Yes.
Oh.
Do you want to take over holding this and
Well, I
I'll
was
flip
just
it?
going to show the back real
That's
quick.
what I just said, and I'll flip it, but okay. I see the back, it's harder to see the quilting. I have to come up real close.
And there's some threads hanging. That's because I did my thread to thread thing, but
How much are you selling it for?
I'm not selling it. I don't know what I'm doing with it.
It's a for sale quilt.
I mean, it can go in for sale. It's not going to be much.
Well, they're asking. You were just asked. I didn't make it up.
I don't know, like 125. Because it's a small, it's 45 by 60. Is that what I just said earlier?
Yes.
Or did I say 61? I don't remember. Whatever I just said.
Okay, you can flip it over.
So that's the back. But yeah, and then I'm going to bind it with this blue. So imagine this going like that around it. Isn't that going to look awesome?
I think so.
So that will be the binding. I think perfect. Do it. Ta-da! Lightly quilted, nice size little lap quilt. I'm going to hang it right here real quick. can just stay right there. Look at all the different size flowers. The flowers look nice. I like it. All right, guys.
How do they get a hold of you to buy it?
Just
One lady,
message me.
Joanne, wants to buy it.
Message me on Facebook. Message me on Facebook. It's probably the easiest way. Or, you know, my business page. Oh, the camera's on this side. I have you guys backwards. 2 seconds. I'm going to put you right here. And look at, I'm wearing my shirt that Becca gave me. And you guys can just watch me from up here for a second. If anybody's interested in my quilts, just message me on my Facebook business page. Anyway, I am going to get off of here. The quilt is done. I can't hold it. There we go. Quilt is done. I got my work done for play today because, well, that's just all I wanted to do was play for a few minutes and have fun. And it took me an hour and however long, just because I was bored and I needed something to do. So I will see you guys all tonight on so Becca, she will be on at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Today is her birthday, so make sure when you jump in over on So Becca tonight, you say happy birthday because it's her birthday today. So we're celebrating.
Happy birthday.
We're going to celebrate over whatever she's doing today on her channel.
You don't want to say her happy birthday real quick right now? Come on, a happy birthday from Tiffany. Happy birthday.
I don't want to sing.
Happy birthday to you. Come on, I'll do it if you'll do it.
Happy birthday, Becca. I will see you over on your live later. Bye, everybody.